it's me, Morgan.
And it's me, Zane.
And we're here in the Teen Makerspace. And for this month's Teen Craft Bag, we're going to be doing these really cool moon catchers, or galaxy moon catchers, as you will.
This turned out pretty cool.
Yeah, I think they look pretty sweet. But I'm going to turn it over to Zane because he's got a few other cool things to say.
So we're actually going to be opening up our space here finally come August 15th. I know, it's going to be great.
I know, I'm so excited.
If you guys want to learn any more information about it, though, by all means, feel free to visit our website at knox.net. Under the teens section, it'll just give you a whole list of information about what's coming up.
Yes, it's going to be awesome. And
Anyways.
we hope to see you guys soon.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's just jump into this craft, though. Alright everyone, so in this month's craft bag, you should have some string, some yarn, some beads, some feathers, some popsicle sticks, and some paint. Also a paintbrush. You could actually go ahead and get a pair of scissors too. So the first thing we're actually going to do before we start painting, I guess you could paint your popsicle sticks by themselves, but we're going to have to connect the popsicle sticks together. So I think you guys have about 16 in there. Some might be a little flatter than others, and that's the ones that I would suggest using.
And if you guys want to also make another one after this, you're more than welcome.
Yeah, you should have enough extra stuff that you could make another if you would like. But I'm going to go ahead and make this into a hexagon shape like this. And you guys could just go ahead and use your paintbrush to like scoop out the little glue container and just like dab it onto the popsicle sticks here. I'm going to just go ahead and use like my tacky glue. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down here first. And this takes a little bit of time to dry. Like I would at least wait like a half hour before doing anything. We just want to put like a little dab of glue like right on the ends. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down. So we just want to do it like one thing at a time. And then just try to make it even again. So now I'm going to take these off and then put a little bit of glue like right there.
And if it looks a little funky as you're putting it together, you can always just kind of move them around to kind of fix the shape.
Yeah, definitely. Like I can tell like mine needs to be like a little wider like this way, and then it's starting to look better like that. So while I'm going to shake this glue out, I'm going to put a little bit more here and then like a dab there. And then I can tell it's like a little crooked on one side, so just like move it around. Like see, you can like really like move it. And again, if you want like really wide one, like you can make it like that. Like it does not have to be a perfect hexagon. It can be like a more of a diamond shape.
Or
like
by all means, if you have more time with it, you could even make like an octagon or
yeah, you can make a huge one if you wanted to use like 8 sides or something. Like you have plenty of popsicle sticks. Okay, so now this needs to dry for, like I said, about a half hour. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this off to the side here, and voila, I already have one made up. So this one's already dry. I'm going to go ahead and get my paint out, and I will show you a few little tricks to paint kind of like a galaxy like color, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just use some purple. Just brush it on. It doesn't have to be like perfect. I'm actually going to show you 2 different ways to paint these popsicle sticks. So on this side I'm going to do kind of the smooth way, and the other side I'm going to dab it onto it. So once I get that, I can just wipe it off. Again, yeah, get some like a paper towel. Like I think that would be good, or like a little cloth or something that you don't care about.
Or any sort of way you can like just kind of wet your brush and get the excess paint off.
Yeah, definitely. And then then I'm gonna add some like blue here. And you can use water, like if you have a cup of water, to like wash off your paintbrush so the colors don't mix together. But honestly, I think it looks good when the colors get like kind of mixed together like this. Because then once it's like wet, you can like literally just like go back over top of it and then like kind of blend it that way. And then if you want to make it more black in some spots, you can just add a little bit of black, and then like say I like put it right there. I'm just gonna put like that much and then wipe a lot of it off. And then I'm gonna take my purple, fade over top of it. So I'm just like dragging my brush like along the sides here and like fanning it out. Okay, so while that is drying, I'm going to show you just how to do the dots, like the stars on here as well. So just take the other side of your paintbrush after you like wipe this or wash it off. And then with my white here, I'm going to just go ahead and dip this end of the brush into there. And then I'm just going to go around and poke my popsicle sticks with the end and then keep applying it. You can do this part pretty quickly.
You can like really rub it in to get like a bigger star, or if you just like lightly tap it, you can also have like a more farther distant star.
Yeah, like a little tiny looking one. But yeah, that's pretty much how you do that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop this over to the side because I already have a star one already set, and I would take about an hour to let your stuff dry because the bigger dabs of white paint, it takes just longer because they're thicker.
And you can see here that Morgan went the blending route right here.
Yeah.
And then she went ahead and helped me with the dabbing one right here. So there are some slight differences between the two here.
But overall, I think it looks pretty similar.
Yeah.
And either way, it's gonna look good once you put the white stars on it. Like, even if you're like, oh, it kind of looks messy or weird, like trust me, once you put like the white stars on top, it's gonna look like a galaxy of some sort. So the next part is you're gonna go ahead, and if you have your beads, you're gonna do something really similar. Like for mine, I already painted them because these do take like a little bit of time to dry. Like I would give them like 15 minutes, but pretty much I just took my color like blue and then I just dabbed it on here, and then like I went to the next one and did some blue, and then I went back with pink and then just dabbed it like in a random spot that I still saw tan. So I'm gonna go ahead and start to do the wrapping on here. I'm gonna probably take one of my like shiny threads. I think this is pretty nice looking. And you also just have like some plain thread that is just regular fabric, but you guys can use whatever you want. There's gonna be a lot extra left over, and we can use like the extra. You might even wanna like cut them before you get started, because we're gonna tie the feathers onto the end of these eventually and have them just like hanging off like that, like if you can see that okay. But yeah, we'll do that like very last. That's like detail stuff. We're gonna go ahead and tie this into the corner here, just however you want. I'm gonna do a double knot to start, and then like flip it over so the knot is kind of on the back side so you don't see it as much. And then just with the extra, I'm gonna like trim it off a little bit. It doesn't have to be perfect. So with this part, we're going to wrap this in like a kind of geometric way. Like it does not have to be perfect. So you might want to just take this whole thing like while you're holding on to it. You guys might remember the really labor intensive mandala that we did like for our Latin X projects. It's not going to be like that, but it is kind of similar where you're holding on to your thread. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to just one side and then wrap it around. Like you take it over top and then you go under and then wrap it back over top of it. So this is going to just keep it in place. And then we're gonna go to just a different side. Like I'm gonna go back under again, like that, and then go through here. And then you're gonna wanna make sure it's like pulled tight pretty much the whole time. So you might have to backtrack a little bit. And then I'm gonna want it to do something like right through here and then loop it back over top like this. And again, it might get loose, but every time you do this, just like stop and like kind of maneuver it so it makes it tight again. And then at some point, you're gonna wanna put a bead on here. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of like guesstimate like where my thread is going to be cut. So again, I'm just making sure all this is like pulled a little tight. It doesn't have to be like super tight or anything. But see, I can tell that I'm gonna like loop it around here like one more time. So I'm gonna give myself like a little bit of wiggle room to like pull this through. So with my scissors, I'm gonna like cut this off, and then I'm going to thread one of my beads through here. Like I'm gonna try these little stars. All right, so I just showed Zane a little trick here. I eventually got my star on, sorry for the pause. So I just put like a tiny bit on my finger, and then with the end of the string, I just try to like smooth it on there and then let it dry for like a few seconds. Like you can even blow on it so it like dries quicker. And this will just kind of make it like a point at the end, because we're going to want to go around this star. Like after I got it through by doing this method, like we're gonna find like where we want our star to be. So I kind of want it in the middle here. So I'm gonna go and try to shove my thread back through this hole again, like through the other side. But that's the good thing about this thread, is like you can just pull it. If it's really giving you a hard time, you could literally just glue the star in place, which I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue like right on the bottom here and then on the top. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue like on the top here and then on the bottom, like on the string. Then, like you guessed it, I'm gonna wrap this part back around here, and then I'm gonna tie it in a knot. All right, we got one star in place. Woo, looks good. So next, I'll just take my like regular blue thread and do something similar. I'm gonna go ahead and start in this corner that's blue down here. So we're gonna like pop this through here as best we can. All right, and then once you get it to where you want it, what we should be able to do is then take the thread again that you just put through, and then you're gonna wanna like put it through the side that you put it through first, and then that's gonna make kind of like a knot like on the beads. So push it through the best you can.
I think I'm just gonna use up this shiny thread first.
Okay.
Just go ahead and just like put it down, and if anything, I'll just put my beads on this other thread here.
That's fine. I know, you can do it however you want. All right, see how like now it's like in place and there's like some thread that like wraps around it twice. So that's gonna help just keep it in place without gluing it. But again, like if you need to just glue them in place, like just put a little dab like where the hole is and then do it that way. So now that I have it how I want it, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this around here. So now you have a little planet inside of here. So now I'm gonna take my blue shiny So I'll probably do one more string on here. I guess I'll just go ahead and use the other purple. So I have all the different kinds of strings that you guys might encounter. There, now I have some cool like planets on here. I got like a star, and again, you can just keep going like back and forth without like even putting beads on here. I think it looks cool either way, but I just wanted to show you like how to do some of the beads. And again, you have like plenty to use, and you have plenty of thread as well. So I'm gonna go, excuse me, I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the dangly stuff down here. So with my yarn, we're gonna make puff balls, and you guys might have made these in the past. I think we made them with our hedgehogs. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna get, like, I don't want them to be super huge, so I'm only gonna be using like half of this. So what you need to do is just take this in your hand, like this, and you can go ahead and like wrap it around like 3 or 4 fingers. I have like small hands, so I'm gonna do 4 fingers, and then you're just gonna wrap it like this, like around and around and around. It's so entertaining. So mine is like pretty knotted up, so I'm not gonna try to fight it. I'm just gonna cut it because like I don't have time for you knots right now. So
it's not happening.
It's not happening, yeah. And then I'm gonna go ahead and like kind of measure how long I want it to dangle off, and I'm gonna use the shiny thread to make a knot for my puff ball. And again, you can make it longer just in case. So once you have that, you're going to take this off of your fingers like this, and then kind of like bunch it in the middle together, and then tie a knot around the center. Right, and I'm gonna double knot this. You can cut off the extra of the side that's really short, but you want to keep this like long because this is what we're gonna hang like that from. So after you have that, we're gonna slip your scissors through like all of these little loops that we made, and then we're gonna cut like that, just like that. If you miss them, you can just cut them like by themselves later on. There we go. Now we have like a weird, crazy, like puffy ball thing. And we're gonna go ahead and find what part you want to be the bottom. So I'm gonna take this, and then wherever I can, I'm gonna loop it through. And then like before, we're gonna see how like far away we want to hang it. Like I want mine pretty close, I'd say. So I'm gonna loop it around again and do the same thing that we did before, and just like tie it, like double knot it. So there we go. We have one puff ball like dangling like this. I think it looks pretty all right. So we're gonna go ahead and take our other yarn. Yeah, like a purple puff ball. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller, so I'm gonna do like 3-finger wrap. And again, do the same thing, just wrap it around your fingies. All right, and then I got to the knot again, so I'm gonna say forget about it and just cut it off. Then we're gonna do the same thing where we squish it. All right, I'm gonna use my blue shiny thread here, and then I'm gonna tie a knot around the middle. Okay, same thing I'm gonna just try to see how long I want to make it. Save some of this extra over here. Then I'm gonna take my scissors and put it through all the little loops and cut it. Oh, and I actually have like this blue yarn too, which is really pretty. I guess I could do like another puff ball, because like why not? And for the last thing, I'm going to show you guys how to do the feathers. So I'm going to take my favorite type of thread again. And then I might put a little bit of glue like on the feathers, like where I want to tie it. So like maybe a centimeter down from the quill. And then I'm going to just tie that in place. And this glue dries clear, so you guys shouldn't have an issue with that. Feathers on, now they're all dangly and looking good. And again, you have multiple feathers, so you can do like a bunch of feathers on one string. Like I just wanted to show you kind of like how to do it. But as you can see, this is my really cool looking like galaxy moon catcher. I think it turned out pretty well. I think yours will turn out better because you can add more stuff onto it and make more like cool geometric shapes. But again, I just didn't want to make this video like 2 hours long because it does take some time to do all the painting and everything. So I hope you enjoyed this craft. I think these will turn out really beautiful. You can hang them in your room or in your window, or give them as a gift or something. But I guess we will see you again next month.
We'll see you guys.